It's not even the quest for freedom. It's really the willingness to live in generosity. The Native Americans who were here centuries and centuries before us lived in the knowledge that the Great Spirit owned everything, and that all of us are just borrowing it for some small time. So sharing it with each other and making it go longer and making it do better was just a normal part of life. And when the colonists came with the Judeo-Christian principles of love your neighbor as yourself, and Jesus' example of the Good Samaritan, who had nothing in common with the man he picked up and took care of, who'd been mugged, nothing in common with him, not race, not economic background, nothing, except a pre-existing condition called their common humanity. And Jesus told that story of the Good Samaritan taking care of his fellow man in a generous way to answer the question posed by, you know, a lawyer, right? Jesus was answering the question posed by a lawyer who asked him, "Who is my neighbor?" Right? The lawyer said to him, you know, "How can I follow you?" And I mean, he said, well, you know, love the Lord your God with your whole heart and love your neighbor as yourself. And the lawyer that he was, who's my neighbor? And Jesus tells the story of the Good Samaritan. And so the answer to the question is everybody else. So when these folks arrived and their cultures came together, generosity was the first principle in America. And you know, Europeans don't understand that Americans are not generous because we're rich. We are rich because of our generosity.